started with a single picture. A 12-year-old stepping off a private jet in icy blue contacts, diamond grills, and fake tattoos covering her face. In an instant, Northwest went from Kim Kardashian's daughter to one of the most controversial figures on the internet. What looked like a Halloween costume at first turned out to be her real outfit for the night. No theme, no irony, just pure statement. And suddenly the question everyone was asking wasn't, what is she wearing? But who's letting this happen? North has always been confident, bold, and expressive, traits she inherited from her parents. But this was different. The photos didn't look like a child experimenting with style, they looked like a brand launch. Social media lit up with shock, confusion, and judgment. Some praised her creativity, saying she's just a kid exploring herself. Others called it disturbing. A 12-year-old made to look twice her age, stepping into a world she's far too young to understand. The details made it worse. North and her friends were reportedly on their way to a concert featuring artists from Playboy Cardi's Opium label. Names that have been linked to violent lyrics, disturbing allegations, and adult-themed performances. For millions of parents online, the thought of a child being in that environment felt wrong on every level. These weren't Disney stars or teen idols. These were men with public records, lawsuits, and dark reputations. People began asking what Kim Kardashian was thinking. Was she unaware or just unwilling to say no? Kim's always presented herself as the kind of mother who encourages freedom. "I want my kids to be confident and creative," she said in countless interviews. And in theory, that's admirable. But when confidence collides with cameras and creativity turns into global headlines, freedom starts to look a lot like exposure. Meanwhile, Kanye West, the father who's been both idolized and condemned for his public rants, had already warned everyone. Years ago, he begged Kim to take North off TikTok, accusing her of being used by Disney, and saying he didn't want his daughter exploited for content. People rolled their eyes back then, chalking it up to another outburst. But after these latest images, those same fans are saying something they never thought they would. Maybe Kanye was right. It's not that Kim doesn't care. In a recent Call Her Daddy interview, she admitted she's made mistakes letting North wear things that drew too much attention, like the corset outfit that went viral during a European trip. "My daughter tries to wear what her friends are wearing," she said, and I'm like, okay, we're never wearing that again. The comment sounded sincere, but it also revealed a deeper problem. When you're one of the most photographed women in the world, even a parenting mistake becomes a headline. And your daughter's growing pains become viral content. Kim's world has never been normal. She runs billion-dollar brands, stars in multiple shows, and lives a life so polished that even her confessions about being out of touch go viral. When she admitted she didn't know the price of milk, the internet laughed and Scott Disick mocked her by posing with grocery bags for fun. But behind the jokes lies a truth. Kim's reality is built on optics. Everything, including parenting, is filtered through an image. And for North, that image has no off switch. The Kardashian legacy has always been about visibility. They turned fame itself into a family business. Now it seems that legacy is being passed to the next generation. North is already sitting front row at Paris Fashion Week, performing on stage, starring in TikToks that hit millions of views. She's confident, funny, charismatic, and she's also 12. To many, that's the problem. Childhood in that world doesn't just disappear. It gets monetized. For Kim, it might feel empowering to let her daughter express herself freely. For Kanye, it's terrifying. Another reminder of how fame devours innocence. Insiders say he's been quietly fuming overseas, frustrated by the constant exposure, worried that his daughter is losing something she'll never get back. And if you've watched Kanye long enough, you know his chaos often hides a painful kind of truth. He knows what it's like to be worshipped and destroyed by fame in the same breath. Every new photo of North becomes a case study in modern parenting. Is Kim being a progressive mother who lets her child explore, or is she repeating the same cycle that made her rich, turning life into spectacle? The internet is split. One side argues that North is simply creative, growing up in a world different from ours. The other side calls it neglect, wrapped in luxury. But both agree on one thing: this isn't normal. North's most recent public appearance only added more heat. Wearing an oversized leather jacket, heavy eyeliner, and knee-high boots, she took center stage at a fashion show as cameras flashed, and Kim cheered proudly from the front row. The crowd loved it. Online, the debate exploded again. "She's 12, not 21, one person wrote. "Why is she being styled like a grown celebrity?" Others defended her confidence, saying she's fearless, unique, and destined for the spotlight. It's a pattern the Kardashian family knows well. Outrage, defense, distraction, repeat. Every scandal becomes a story. Every story becomes engagement. And every click becomes money. Even criticism keeps them relevant. The cycle never ends because it's the product itself. Fame is both the disease and the cure, but beneath the glitz, something deeper is happening. North West is growing up in a world that rewards visibility over privacy, performance over personality. Every like, every headline, every trending clip shapes her identity before she even knows who she is. It's not just about one kid, it's about an entire generation raised in public. And once the world decides who you are, taking that power back is nearly impossible. Kim says she's guiding North carefully, keeping her safe while allowing her freedom. Maybe she's right. Maybe she's just doing what any mother in her position would do. But when your daughter's childhood becomes content, even love has consequences. Every post, every outfit, every appearance carries the weight of millions of eyes. And that's something no parent, no matter how rich or famous, can control forever. In the end, North's story isn't finished. She's young, talented, and clearly destined for influence. Whether that turns into empowerment or exploitation depends on the choices made now. Because fame doesn't care about age, it only cares about attention. And the spotlight that made the Kardashians who they are could just as easily swallow the next generation whole. So maybe this isn't really about Kim or Kanye. Maybe it's about what happens when a child becomes the world's entertainment. Maybe it's about how easily we watch, comment, and move on without realizing we're part of the machine. Because the truth is, North West didn't ask for this level of fame. She was born into it. And now she has to grow up inside it. As the headlines fade and the next scandal takes its place, one thing's certain: North West's story is only beginning. Whether she becomes a symbol of confidence or a warning about overexposure depends on how this family learns to draw boundaries in a world that doesn't believe in them. So, what do you think? Is Kim letting her daughter explore her individuality? Or has fame gone too far, too fast? Share your thoughts below. And if you want more deep dives into the wild world of celebrity and family, don't forget to subscribe. There's always another story waiting to be told.